Hey everyone, welcome back. So glad you came back for day 2 of our 30-day meditation challenge. And today we will be continuing with this exploration of mindfulness of the body. Yesterday we really focused more on simply just the breath. My light started falling because I am not in a professional studio. All right, hopefully that stays. So, anyway, the body. Many people have never really felt their body. Our culture is pretty body averse and kind of top heavy in the sense that we tend to only educate our minds and focus on our minds and totally ignore the intelligence of the body. And we're missing out on a lot when we do that. There's a lot of signals and information and energy that is constantly coming to us and available to us in our bodies. But we're so often missing it because we are numbed out, we are disembodied, kind of like a disembodied head where we're just kind of identified with what's going on up here and all the chatter inside the mind. But in this practice, we're getting to know ourselves from the neck down and even from the neck up, because the head is actually a part of the body and there are sensations that can be felt there too. So we will really work on this time around, it sounds kind of weird, but locating our bodies in space. So that means really being able to find where we are, because we're typically off in La La Land somewhere that is not here, because the mind can be in the future, the mind can be in the past. It is rarely right here and now. But the body is always right here and now. It's always experiencing this moment. And so checking in with the body, feeling the body, sensing the body is one of the best ways, I would argue the best way, to come back to the present moment and really be with what is real in the present moment instead of lost in worry or fantasy or planning or regrets or memories or all these resentments, on and on, the things that our minds can do. And so being with the sensations in the body, as simple as they are, is a good way of retraining our attention away from these fixated habits going on up here that are constantly running the show and frankly ruining our lives, right? Creating a lot of stress if we actually pay attention to what the mind is up to. It's usually not helpful thinking. It's usually some kind of neurotic thinking. It's just part of being a human being that we've all sort of gotten into that kind of habit of identifying with the mind. So let's begin to undo the habit. So go ahead and get comfortable. For this practice today, I would recommend that you sit with your feet planted on the ground and sitting up straight. If you want to sit on the ground with your legs crossed, you totally can, but it's going to be helpful to have some part of the body connected with the ground to feel some support. Okay, so again, I will ring the bell to start us and to close us for this short practice. So finding some balance in the body between the right and left sides, I plant my feet on the ground. I notice that I'm breathing. And I find a place for my hands to rest. If I'm wanting more grounding and stability, I can place my palms of the hands face down. If I'm feeling rather closed off and I want to open up and be more receptive, I can turn my palms facing up. And if I'm feeling rather scattered today, I can fold my hands in my lap to create a sense of collectedness and enclosure. And from here, even with the eyes closed, and again, meditator's choice, you can do this with your eyes closed or with your gaze gently dropped down in an unfocused stare. But even with the eyes closed, I can begin to sense the space around me in the room that I'm sitting in, or the space that I'm sitting in. And I can take a moment to sense into and feel the space off to the right side of my body. Sensing the space between me and the other objects in the room. And then sensing to the left of my body, feeling the space there. And then sensing into the space in front of me. And even the space behind me. And if the back is resting on a pillow or a chair, then sensing that and really noticing what that contact feels like. Feeling the pressure points of the body resting on the chair. And beginning to include what's below me as well. Sensing that my body is here and it's sitting in this chair, in this room. And it feels like this to be in this chair. You can feel all of the points of contact. My back, my bottom, the backs of the legs, maybe the calves. And just check, am I actually sensing into these places through direct contact, or am I just thinking about my body or visualizing my body? Sometimes it's really hard to actually feel it, and if that's true for you, that's okay. Just get curious about that. It takes some practice to actually drop in and feel the felt sense of aliveness and sensation in the body. And also noticing and sensing the point of contact wherever my feet are resting, or the bottom-most part of my body, wherever that is resting. And can I put all of my attention there, down into the very bottom of my body? What are the sensations that can be felt there? Maybe temperature, maybe there's a coolness or a warmth in the feet. Maybe I can feel the texture of my socks or slippers or shoes or bare feet on the texture of the floor or carpet beneath me. And if I can't feel my feet, I can just give my toes a little wiggle to help myself locate what my feet feel like without needing to look at them. And even as the attention goes all the way down into the feet or the bottom of the body, allowing the breath to follow my attention as if I could breathe my breath all the way down into my toes. And sensing the aliveness and the energy in the feet. And even though this may be challenging, I stick with it. As thoughts distract, I notice and gently come back, placing my attention in the feet and receiving that sense of support and groundedness from the floor below. Knowing that beneath this floor there is the earth holding me up, supporting me. And I can receive that stability through the bottoms of my feet, through that sensation of contact. And then letting go of the awareness of the feet and bringing the awareness into my hands. I begin to notice what can be felt right here in my hands. For a lot of people, it helps to turn the palms facing up and place the attention right in the center of the palms, directing all of my attention there. Feeling the hands come awake and alive with vitality, with energy. Maybe it can be felt as a slight buzzing sensation, or a vibration, or a flow. And can I sense even into each of my fingers and let that sense of aliveness and vitality spread from the palms into each finger, filling the whole of the hands, both hands and fingers, with aliveness. And this aliveness is always here when I check in, when I actually pay attention. And it's not just in the hands and feet. I can learn to feel it everywhere, because this is part of being alive. So I'm learning to reconnect with myself, to come home to myself, to what is real, to what is simple and good here and now. And I can notice and sense that gravity is holding me. I'm not floating away. I don't have to put extra efforts or tension or gripping into holding myself here. I can just trust and release and relax and know that gravity has got me in a really gentle and supportive way. And can I give in to that and sink into the chair a little bit more, releasing tension? And then lastly, I can redirect my attention to the space up above me, between my head and the ceiling, and even out beyond the ceiling, up, up, up into the sky. Connecting with that vast, wide open expanse. Breathing that in through the top of the head, allowing it to permeate my whole head space with wide open stillness, clarity, awareness, and maybe even a little bit of quiet. I'm getting an overall sense of my whole self sitting right here between the sky and the earth below, taking up my rightful space, inhabiting my body fully, or as best I can in this moment. Letting the eyes slowly come open, coming back to the room or the space that you're sitting in. Just look around a little bit and stay connected with the sensations of your body while you take in the visual field of the space around you. Breathing. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for practicing with me. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 3. Take care and have a wonderful day.